Hi guys, we're back. It's food time. I'm wearing a really light colored hoodie today, so I'm taking it off.
You're taking okay, now you're taking it off.
Yeah. I just wanted to show my hoodie and then be like,
Psych,
it's
taking off.
like it's gone now. It's really cold here though, so that's a hoodie.
Yeah, I probably should take mine off, but
It's also a light colored hoodie.
well, that it doesn't matter what color it is. I will get something on it. That's why my mom makes me take stuff off. Because like we had chili just recently, and I had my gray hoodie on, and I wasn't even eating. I was just taking the chili and putting it into the bowl, and it splashed everywhere, and it got all over my hoodie.
To be fair, the chili she makes is soup.
It is soup.
So like that
So we
is
put
going to be
crackers.
very messy in general.
It's supposed to-
Taquitos, the best.
It's the last one, and they only gave me 5.
Foolish fools.
They're supposed to give me 6.
Just gonna.
We also got SpaghettiOs though, because there's only 5.
Which is sad. The taquitos are so good.
Oh no, they are. Mysterious meat.
I definitely think it's like bean paste with like slightly meat flavor.
Oh, I did it now. Yeah, I did
Like
do that.
refried beans.
It tastes good though.
It does, so I'm not complaining.
I need to go buy more now though, because that was all.
So sad.
The box gives you 23 of them. So that's why there's only 5 left. And it doesn't make any sense because when they tell you to cook them, it says put 6 on a sheet. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that when you don't even give me the right amount?
Why can't they just have an even number?
I know, but no, they had to just put 23. Trying to add that one more to make it even.
They're like, no. No.
No.
They should suffer.
How many? You had 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We also brought Ruffles again, like Hannah said. Gonna be seeing these. Did you have 100
we
packages of
do.
Ruffles?
We have so many.
Sometimes with these glasses on and my hair down, and like seeing myself out, I think I look like Aunt May from Spider-Man.
I can see
recent
that.
movies. I'm like, huh?
She did.
She did. Spoilers. Alright, 2 minutes in.
Dude, there should be a little slit on the top.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh my goodness.
Never noticed that before. I just always ripped them open, like with my bare hand.
I thought you just used a slit. I didn't realize you were doing that.
Nope, just my hands. I was saying something like 2 minutes in already. Spoilers. That's our channel now, guys. We're doing movie review.
I'm just spoiling everything.
As a review, but our review's really like just terrible. Like it's like I didn't like it.
I don't like it. That was it.
She died. Everyone's
What
dead. You know what movie was bad though? The like 5th Pirates of the Caribbean. That was such a bad movie. Talking about movies.
I didn't like them as a kid. They scared me.
Oh,
I've never watched
Caribbean.
them.
It was the like me and Tegan's and our friends like obsession as kids, and we used to play we used to play Pirates of the Caribbean.
You guys always made me the monkey.
Yeah. When you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, John was the monkey because he wanted to be the monkey.
That or I was the dude that was like always missing an eye.
What's his name?
I didn't like playing as him.
No.
I didn't like him.
Luckily, you were hardly there to play.
I know. If I was, I'd just sit there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why they're like, okay, that guy too. I always played Jack.
You good?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Ow! Stabbed me.
It's fine. I always kind of look like Steve Jobs with the turtleneck and such.
Yeah, or like a librarian.
Or a librarian.
Ow! My first thought.
I just need to get the little glasses changed and then I'll be a librarian.
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting used to the little things that are on either side of my nose. They gave me like headaches at first because like sometimes like the way glasses pinch my nose and like the lenses will give me headaches.
These ones I had to get used to because they would they didn't make it wide enough for my head. And so they just glad you took your hoodie off.
Exactly. Luckily this is black. Sorry, I'm laughing about she's a little girl who comes to like church.
Yeah.
They said I had black nail polish on, like with the red ones. She's like, the red nails are really pretty, but the black ones, they're ugly. She's like,
She hates black like that much.
she does. I was like, luckily I care about my opinions and my opinions only, like when it comes to the way I look. And she's like, well, I care about this other little girl's opinions that she plays with. Opinion, and says they're ugly.
That's really funny.
To be fair, she's like 4 or 3ish, so like
Yeah.
I didn't take any offense to
No, it's just a child.
It's literally just
Who really doesn't like black. Even calling their dad ugly because he was wearing black.
yeah. Yeah, because I asked her, I was like, well then is your dad ugly because he's wearing black? And she's like, yes. Just like, she doesn't even think about it, she just says yes.
That kid's funny.
She's funny.
I'm afraid.
See if it's gonna fall. Oh. Children. They say the darndest things. I mean, I don't think I was any better as a kid, honestly. But
Probably not.
with all considering, I used to get bullied in elementary. So, like, I would try to disguise myself every day, like wear a different coat and clothes, and, like to disguise myself from my bully. My mom started noticing. She's like, what are you doing? So I told her. So she talked to the school about it, and we had an intervention, like where the school like counselor like brought us both in to chat with us.
During recess in elementary, we had this platform that was decently high up, especially for a kid, and
Yeah.
it had a pole so you could slide
Oh
down.
yeah, the fireman pole. We had 2 of those.
Someone tried to push me off.
Someone tried to push Tegan off of one.
Yeah, and then she bit him.
Yeah, she bit him, and our vice principal came and brought her to the office, scolding her, going like, "You could have had rabies. You could have given him a disease." And she's like, "Well, he shouldn't have tried to push me off a pole."
See, the difference between me and Tegan is Tegan did that, and I curled up in a ball and cried because it scared me. Which that happened to be used to be friend,
Oh yeah,
the one from Homecoming.
Oh yeah, the one I don't like, right?
Yeah, because she tried to push me off the. That's another reason why I don't. I mean, we were still friends after that, even if when she tried to push me off. I just have bad taste.
Yeah.
And then I got you.
Yeah.
You're not bad taste.
I didn't like play with many people in elementary, like especially my like first year, kindergarten, and like first grade I started having friends. But kindergarten I like played with rocks under the picnic table. I thought it was a blast. So like it wasn't miserable. Getting bullied though, like in third grade was miserable. Like trying to disguise myself.
We weren't allowed to be under the picnic tables.
I was.
Well, they had their reasons. And the only time that I was ever under the picnic table was when my elementary boyfriend would make me kiss him. Like, full on would be like, he's like, kiss me. And I'm like, okay, I kiss his cheek. And he's like, no, the lips. And I'm like, okay. So.
I want to know what this kid went through to make him think this
well,
was fine.
His parents are divorced and he lived with his grandparents.
Good reason. But to turn out interesting.
Yeah.
I had a friend in elementary. This was like 4th grade, and like she constantly slapped my butt in 4th grade. And I told her to stop slapping my butt because it made me uncomfortable. And then she's like, "You're so mean. We're not friends anymore," because I told her not to touch me. And I was like, "Fine then."
That's really funny.
It's the first rule of elementary you
Don't
learn.
touch.
Don't touch other people. I'm like, stop touching my butt.
Well, especially that area. Like, I didn't like my butt being touched. I still don't. It's weird.
I don't really care anymore because it depends on the person. Because
Fair enough.
Me and Tegan just slap each other. So we're sisters. So like I don't mind that. Like if it was my dad, I'd be like, oh.
Bother. I think I'd be a little concerned too. But yeah, like your dad. I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm used to my cousins because they're younger, and they think it's funny. Although they don't slap, they pinch.
I know this because your younger cousins have just full on grabbed my butt. Like, it's like not just like a fancy like slap. It's like just not the older ones. It's the two youngest.
I will blame my parents for that one because they learn a lot when they're at my house.
Just full on grab. like there's a child groping my behind.
I'll put that one on my dad. Just because, like, because he thinks it's funny. Then my mom doesn't. My mom will get in with it too. Just go over to the younger ones and whisper in their ears, be like, "Don't pinch their butt" or something. So they go run over and pinch or grab, one of the two. Because the youngest one did that to me in Walmart. It wasn't pleasant.
Doesn't sound like that.
My dad was losing it though.
Sounds like your dad. Oh. Children do the darndest thing. But yeah, me telling that chick in elementary was apparently friendship ending.
How dare you?
How dare you not like being touched?
My elementary ex-boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, I went to his birthday party as a kid. I was at his grandparents. And I don't remember this, but my mom has told me this multiple times because the grandparents, specifically the grandma, came over to my mom and was trying to get like wedding plans. Like they were full on like these two are going to get married.
Let's arrange it, baby.
And like we were just not even 3rd grade at this time.
Back in my day.
We left the party right after that. My mom's like, no.
That's creepy.
Kid lives in Pennsylvania now.
Looks like you guys can't get married. I'm sorry.
Pretty sure I'm taller, so it's fine.
Don't date short guys.
Well, see the thing, I'm 5 foot, so like, I don't necessarily care, but
the butt immediately
preference.
negates everything.
It's your preference.
I don't care about height. I'm like, a man's a man.
My dad's shorter than my mom.
He is. And we're back. If you notice there was an awkward cut somewhere, that's because Hannah's phone said no.
Ran out of storage.
What she was saying was she needs to break the trend of all of her family marrying men shorter than them.
Yes. Yes. They're all short. Taller than me. But shorter than their wives.
My mom and I got in the conversation about this because I don't care. She does. She definitely does. I'm sorry, short men, but she's like, I need my man to feel like a man that can protect me. I'm like, are short men not men, mother? She's like, no, manly men. I was like, Mom, no.
That's bad.
I just don't really understand that. To be fair, I'm not in the dating arena.
Yeah.
And also, I took martial arts and I like feeling like alpha. So I have a very dominant personality to it.
You do.
But that's also why I probably need someone like on the same level as me, so I'm not like walking over them, because like it wouldn't be like on purpose.
No.
But like if someone's like immediately submitting like, and being a doormat, there's not much you can do. Unless you just flat out be like, stop being a doormat and fight me. Or something. I don't know if I should share this, but my teacher shared it publicly in class, so.
You don't know what teacher you're talking about?
Okay, but she's like dating a man that's kind of like a doormat. They have like, that's like trying more of the soft parenting things, but which like I can understand to an extent if there's like actual discipline and actual rules or like consequences, but there's like no consequences, so
people don't know how to. You keep going. Sorry, I have a whole thing on soft parenting.
I'm gonna talk about that. So he has 2 kids, and my teacher has like 3-4 daughters. So she's like been around and knows how to like parent, like, because her kids respect her. They're like good in school. They behave.
Yeah.
His kids don't respect him, don't respect her, except his son, because how she describes it, she says men like to know where the boundaries are. They like to push it, but like once they find where the boundary is, they don't tend to like step over it. Unless they're bad people. But that goes for like anyone in general.
Yeah.
But like, so like when his son tried to push something with her, he found the boundary very quickly because he was like and like respects her a lot. But his 14-year-old daughter like doesn't respect her at all. She like yelled at her because they were out to dinner like with some coworkers at the campus, and he brought his daughter, and she was like laying her head on the table, but her hair was like almost touching the food, kind of like. So she's like, says her name, like, sit up, like gives her like the chance to sit up, but very sternly. She flat out just goes, no. Like she tells her no, so she's like, I said sit up. Like she like raises her voice.
Yeah.
She sits up, like, but then puts her forward like right on the edge of the table, just on her phone the whole time, like texting. And so the coworkers are trying to ask her questions about school. She raises her head a little bit. She's like math or something, but doesn't interact otherwise. Like, and she like looks at her boyfriend later that day. She's kind of like, you better teach your kids to behave because otherwise they're not my kids. That's what she told him. And he's like, you can't say that. She's like, yes, I can. She's like, if my kids behaved like that and embarrassed you like that in front of your coworkers, they would get beat. Like they would have discipline. And she's like, obviously your kids haven't been taught to respect their parents. They're not my kids. That's what she told him. And
I like that a
all,
lot.
all of us at the, like, all of us, I don't know what she tells the accounting class this, honestly.
Gotta get off her chest somehow.
She does, like, I wonder if she's guilty. I don't think she, I think she's, like, she's unremorseful about it. And a lot of us were kind of like, ouch. She's like, She's like, he better learn how to raise his kids. Because they're divorced, like from divorced parents, obviously. So, like, it can become harder when you're like co-parenting with someone that you're divorced with. But there needs to be those boundaries you set with your kids. Like, even in like soft parenting, there's still boundaries.
Oh yeah.
And there's still consequences. But she's like, he was over there going like, oh, is that really nice, honey? Like, to his daughter, like, should you say that? That's not very nice. And she's like, sit up before I whoop you. She says they get along like 95% of the time, which is good considering they're moving in together. Yeah. So they better get along. But it's like,
the parenting thing might be a bit of a conflict. If he's doing soft parenting, and he's obviously doing it wrong, because seriously, because the majority of people who do soft parenting are doing it wrong every single time, and it bugs the crap out of me, because they're like, oh, I have to be their friend, I gotta give them choices, but they don't give them the right choices. Just complaining about soft parenting.
Most of them doing it wrong because they're like, you have to be our kids' friends, we gotta give them choices.
But then they give them their own choices on what to choose. Just like, oh, like you said, like he was like, oh, should you really be doing that? It's like the kids. No, soft parenting, you have to give them two choices. It's either you do this, or you do this.
The consequences for each.
Yeah, so like
soft parenting would be like, you're not necessarily like yelling at your kid or like spanking them. It'd be like, okay, since you chose to behave this way at dinner, I pay for your phone. Your phone's now mine.
Yeah, like
that's a consequence.
Like there's this one person that I really like on TikTok that does soft parenting, but she does it right. So it's like, okay, you don't have to eat dinner, but that means then she'll explain like what happens if you don't eat dinner. That is what soft parenting is. You still allow them to use that, like if they don't want to do it, but then you tell them what.
But you're not going to like cave into like a 3-year-old's demand.
No,
essentially.
It's just so annoying because everyone does it wrong. Because I don't necessarily disagree with soft parenting. I think it just depends.
I, because like there's been studies that show that it depends on the situation, obviously, that like spanking will cause more mental harm than like putting a kid in timeout, like things like that. So like if you're thinking of the mental well-being of the kid, most children do good when they have boundaries. If you let them like free range, they just become like very awful people.
They do.
You gotta like soft parent right. Because consequences. If you don't teach the kids that there are consequences, they won't think there's consequences when they get older either.
Well, it's almost like you can still soft parent with adults too, because I feel like this.
I almost just reached out and grabbed yours. Like both.
Well, okay, because there's a situation that happened on the phone, texting wise, and the better option that could have happened would be like, because I'm trying to figure out a nice way to put this.
Don't put it nicely.
No, I mean like in the video. So like someone wanted to bring their piano in a small room, and that wasn't going to happen because the room was too small, but they weren't listening. So the best option would have been, okay, you can bring it, but just know
if it doesn't fit, I don't want anything in my studio, damn it.
Because in a way, because that still is soft parenting, because you're still allowing them to bring it, but then the consequence would be that, you know.
Yeah, that it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And you should have listened to me. Yeah, I think it does go for adults too, because like a lot of adults haven't necessarily been parented, like, or have like parent wounds, so like it's hard for them to deal with certain things.
Yeah.
Which is like by no means their fault, because they didn't raise themselves. But it's like when learning how to work with other people, it's like a must. Like you need to figure out how to work with others.
Yeah, you need to.
Or I don't know, people in general, like kids, people, like adults, teens, need to learn that no means no, like in all situations. Because there's like a lot of kids that like me because like I'm short and I look like a child. And sometimes I'll watch them. So, like, they have, like, more of a friendly bond with me. Like, they see it as friendly. I don't see children as my friends. Because I just think that's just a weird line to cross.
Yeah.
To be like, this child is my friend. No, that's just weird, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll see me as a friend more than I see them.
Yeah.
So they'll like come up to me and they'll be like, Daphne, do this, and I'll be like, no, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm like literally an adult, and they're like, but Daphne. Like, they'll try to boss me around. And it's like, I said no. Like, literally, one of the kids had a tantrum because I told them no. It's like throwing their hands down, stomping their feet, going, Daphne, no! And just because I told them no, I wasn't going to play with them. Because, like I said, I was in a conversation with other adults, and they came to, like, make me play with them. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I am an adult. And then, like, in the situation with the piano, the person had said, no, there's no room. And they're like, but I need to practice, so I'm still going to bring it. I was like, no. It's like, yes.
It was a lovely conversation.
So, like, I just think people need to understand that just because someone's saying no doesn't mean they're, like, targeting you.
Yeah.
Or, like, being mean. It's just no. Or, like, when I was a kid, back to the elementary, when I told the girl to stop touching me, that was a no. That was like, oh, you're so mean for telling me no to touching you.
Like, no, I just don't like it.
So, like, guess what? It's not all about you.
No.
It's about other people's boundaries, too. And I think, like, in human nature, it's very easy to be, like, only think about your boundaries. Like, well, this makes me uncomfortable, and, like, about this, and this makes me feel like this. Then, like, you never consider, oh, this person might have boundaries that I'm stepping over by behaving this way.
Yeah.
So
that's why with the my younger two cousins, I've been trying to teach them, because they understand the word no, but they're still children.
Kids.
They're still kids, so they still try and push it. So I'm trying to teach them, like, hey, no, like, you can't do that. If someone says no, you just back off.
She has this lightsaber she made in Disney World,
Oh.
and one of her younger cousins was like, can I play with this? And she's like, no. He ran to his dad going, I'm gonna play with this. Like, she said yes, I'm gonna play with it.
The kid lied, saying that I said yes, so his dad's like, okay, like, go ahead and play with it. And I come downstairs, and he has the freaking lightsaber going, ah! And he sees me, we make eye contact, and I'm like, dude.
You're like, I said no. She was furious.
I was mad because I said no.
She didn't take it out on him, but I was in the coming back upstairs and her telling me. She was obviously furious. She told the dad.
He felt bad because he thought the kid was telling the truth because that's his son. He wasn't. He got in big trouble for that line, but
you gotta see consequences to actions. You gotta teach. There's a line, you crossed it. I said no.
I think you got put in timeout for that one.
Very
Something
good thing.
like that.
Very good thing. But yes, consequences. Learning how to respect the word no, and that it doesn't mean anything against you. Most of the time. Sometimes it does.
It depends
most
on the
of the
situation.
But most of the time, it's just because the person has their own boundaries. This got into a weird conversation.
It has.
We talked about childhood, parenting, teachers, everything. So, bye. We're going to go join something that a teacher came to ask us about.
Something with pizza.
I like pizza.